Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we started the Occult Siege priority assignment, which begins with us going to it's a planet under siege, and as Occult Siege implies, and it has an Ordo facility of some importance, and it turns out all the guards are incompetent, or at least their leadership is, so we tried to restructure it and found a small chaos force trying to tamper with computers by putting in scrap code, which is just malicious code. So we had to go stop them, stop the scrap code, and secure our stuff for now. A secondary facility has been captured by the cultists. The structure itself is not vital, but a key member of the personnel has been trapped there. We cannot afford to lose him. Okay.
Sensory stimuli link has been established. Subject in severe distress identified. Hostiles are attempting forces to the vault where subject is detained. Vault integrity compromised. Termination is imminent without immediate force.
So I've been thinking even more about the Vampire Chaos Space Marines, because I really like that idea. It's something neat that I think could definitely be plausible. And I was like, they could... An idea would be to use cultists as kind of a trash infantry to throw at enemies. The idea being they're effectively sycophants, but I feel like that would start to lead into more of a Slanesh influence. This kind of decadent, wanting to live forever kind of thing, which works, but I like more of the vampirism from, like, The Strain, where it's not this glamorous thing, it's flat out an affliction. And that's why I think a Nurgle influence is better. Because instead of having, your standard Plague Marines of, my ruptured armor and guts everywhere, it's more of a wasting disease. This hemophilia-inducing disease where all the Space Marines afflicted by it have this very pale skin and a literal bloodthirst. You could be like, it's like Blood Angels or Blood Raven influence, and that could be why, the Red Thirst and all that stuff. I'm like, it could be that, but I don't like that direction. I feel like it's a little too on the nose to be like, a group of, Sons of Sanguinius who turn is a little on the nose. And then, it doesn't make as much sense to have the whole using effectively drained victims as zombies. Plus, it ends up just being Nurgle influence anyways, and at that point, might as well just go Night Lords because they're cool. I also saw a lot of people on the fan-made chapter, Space Marine chapter site. A lot of people just being like, yep, they're themed after a Roman legion. And I'm thinking, okay, it's cool,
Loading.
But it's just done to death. Blame the Ultramarines for that. Pretty much every descendant chapter is some kind of Greek or Roman theme. They're not even good ones. Where's my Hercules themed ones that have, the skin of a lion on them. Or... God, I'm just trying to think. Because there's a lot of, Greek myths and Roman myths you could use. It's just... which ones actually work? Because, like, Blood Gorgons are a renegade marine chapter who kind of venerate chaos. It's more or less just an end to their means to their end. But
remarkable.
To have the proper theme, it's kind of difficult.
Let's see.
I don't know, there's probably something there. And I'm trying to be, like, super just in your face about it. Like, oh, Sons of Zeus, cover with lightning bolts. You know, that kind of stuff where it's a little too on the nose. Effectively edging onto Flanderization. Being like, oh, their name has this thing, so clearly they have to be built entirely around this one thing. I wish we'd get more stuff for, like, the Cursed Founding, even though that's now old lore at this point with Primaris Marines and all that. I just really liked the Cursed Founding and all the weird things they had. You know, oh, here's a chapter that... I think was it the Black Dragons? One of them had, like, bone spurs that would grow, like, bone claws that would grow out of their arms. And so the chapter is just like, yeah, some of our guys cover them in adamantium, and we just fight people and stab them with those. While a bunch of Lords of Terra and the Inquisition's like, oh my god, it's mutation. When they're completely legitimate Marines, they're all, good boys. Just a little weird looking. It's like, why don't we get more cool stuff like that? There was... I don't think it's the Lamenters? I can't remember the chapter. They were effectively cursed with really bad luck. Like, they were losing guys left and right. I cannot remember the chapter name, but it was an interesting bit. Albeit very, very kind of stupid. Be like, oh yeah, their genetic makeup is altered, so they just have really bad luck. What's the luck gene? I would have preferred, like, these guys are unlucky in the genetic lottery. Lots of, defects. Like some of their glands and stuff that are... I think it's a sus-on gland, it's a sus-on membrane. And I think it's Petcher's gland that lets them spit acid. I have stuff like that where it's like, yeah, because of their poor luck in the genetic lottery, they typically are malformed. That would be a really cool bit to be like, hey, they're unlucky, but it's just a conceivable and tangible form of unlucky, as opposed to quite literally these guys just get the short end of the stick in every encounter. Oh, I cleared out the path to the escape on accident. Makes this just pretty much a speed run. Already opened that. I got excited. You know what? If you have a custom built or custom made Space Marine chapter, tell me in the comments, but seriously, I want to know. I want to know what other people are coming up with, or if people are just sticking to what exists. Because I think I think there's a lot of creativity, and I just don't see it a lot. What I typically see is the creativity in the painting side of the game, as opposed to a bit more of the narrative in designing your Space Marines and whatnot. The Tech Priest was successfully evacuated. He was able to shore up flaws in some of our automated defenses just in time as the main Chaos assault seems to be finally inbound. The cultists and Chaos Marines are marching towards our gates. We must prepare ourselves for the true test in this engagement. But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.